DWNProductions.net, masks, bus, props, custom work. If you need something, hit me up at DWNProductions.net.
FastCustomShirts.com. All kinds of shirts for your perusal and purchase, and hit me up if you need custom work. FastCustomShirts.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode, maybe, of Boy Gob. It seems like we just did this, Joe.
It seems like it, Tom. We are live again. Live. Yeah.
Yeah, I would ask you how your week was, but that was kind of took care of that yesterday in the old bonus Boy Gob that you can find on the YouTube page if you're just seeing this, or if you didn't if you're on just the audio feed. So there you go. If you want more slop, run and get it.
Yeah, we had a couple of bonus Boy Gobs this week as I reviewed the movie The Watchers, which you can go and see that. It is in theaters now, and see what I thought of that piece of shit.
Yeah, I that seems like so long ago. I forgot all about that shit. Seems like fucking years ago. But good old Cameron's in the chat saying he was just watching the Tales from the Crypt reviews, and for that I would just like to apologize for. If only I oh no, on that one or on those reviews, like we started out with the internet working and shit. And then we gotta go to the fucking phone and do it in the shop. If we just would have held out a little longer, they could have all been done on here, but that's all right. I'll never watch those again. Well, there's a couple I probably will, but I'll never go back and watch the whole fucking series.
Just the Walter Hill episodes, probably.
No. Pretty soon I'll do the whatever the hell it is, the top 5 Tales from the Crypt episodes. I'm just waiting to get a piece painted. So, use it as a commercial and all.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, anything worth talking about with you today?
No, I mean, nothing new happened today. I took today easy. Thought, I'll sit around, do nothing, just have a good day. And then I had a headache hit me at around 1 that has still not gone away. I tried, man, maybe I just need a beer. That didn't work. I tried, well, fuck, let me just lay down for a little bit. No, that didn't work. So, fuck it. I just kept reading and watching garbage, which we'll get into.
You think the reading gave you the headache?
I think so. I think it was just like that's how I started my day, reading 3 issues of Spider-Man's on the computer, and wearing these glasses, which are not, they're not prescription glasses, they're just magnifiers. But yeah, I got the name of what do they call them? Optometrist? Yeah, so I'm gonna go do that. Not this week, the following week. So I've been that shit off for way too long. And I'll just get like the most ridiculous lenses that are out there, just get my prescription and go online and just get some stupid looking shit because I don't care.
No, get some nice plastic red framed glasses, like all the cool people have.
Yeah.
People in their eccentric glasses.
It's not
a who those
cap,
people.
But it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent today listening to music after last night's episode.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That little thing popped up that said my internet's fucked.
You're still coming through fine. Yeah, I saw you made a post asking for suggestions, and you got a lot of them. No?
No, the fucking you're all choppy and the thing that said my internet fucking sucks has popped up. How? How the fuck is this possible?
I don't know. Like I said, you're coming through fine on this end.
It won't in a minute because I watched it back last time. So
Mhm.
probably now or in a couple seconds, it's like all fucked up and not coming through.
Mm. That's part of the charm, Tom.
No, not after going through all the fucking bullshit to get this new fucking internet put in. And it's still like fucking, I run the speed test. Oh, your internet is very fast. You should be able to run this, and this all at the same time. Well, what the fuck? Is it the laptop? You think the laptop just sucks a dick?
That's the big problem I had after we got fiber put into our diet. Is my laptop was so outdated. It's not, it couldn't keep up with that shit. And I wasn't, gonna go out and buy another laptop, just to record a podcast or whatever.
Yeah, I can't do that right now because I got the news today that old Brick in the Yard's shutting down.
Yeah.
Old Mitch over by you, so that sucks. That was my latex supplier for a few years. When I first met him, close to fucking 2 decades ago, maybe 15 years now, he didn't even sell latex and shit. And then when the guy before him I was using, the engineer guy, when he shut down, then Mitch started selling latex. So I just started buying it from him. And now it's like, fuck. Can't win, Joe. Can't win. They were a great company and always got your shit out. Like fucking I would order the day and then the next day it would be at my fucking doorstep. You can't beat that shit. That was terrific. Every time without fail, they always fucking had it there. Cool people there. I hope they all fucking find jobs and they're all happy and all that shit. That fucking not good. Not
Yeah.
good.
Mitch had been talking about like shutting it down for a while now, so I don't know. Good luck to you, Mitch. I know you don't listen to the show or anything like that, but just know that we're on your side.
Yeah, so I went out there and I was like, "Oh fuck, all right, got to do one last hurrah, kick him a couple bucks while I can." Ordered 5 buckets of latex and I guess we'll sail off into the sunset with that shit.
Hmm. Hey,
And before
that stuff, do you need to keep like it in like climate controlled shit or?
technically yes, and I mean one of the shops is, the other one's like really well insulated and shit, so I'm
Mm,
not worried about it. Luckily and thankfully, I've been going through latex pretty quick,
yeah.
so that might last a little bit. Like I'm thinking that'll be enough for I don't know, maybe through August. But then I got something lined up with getting some more latex, so we should be all right.
Okay, cool.
It's yeah, excuse me. Yeah, at Trans World I gotta hook up with the guy who actually makes the latex. Unfortunately, they only sell it in like 55-gallon drums or whatever the fuck. And
Yeah.
freight doesn't deliver to residential. But
Right.
luckily, I've got a friend who has a business that can get that shipped there. So
Oh, cool.
I would shout him out and all that. I'm just not going to blow up the spot just in case it's fucking, not cool to do that or whatever. But
Right.
I appreciate it for sure. Yeah, just took care of that and fucking, like I said, I was listening to a bunch of fucking music today and I was thinking, fuck, you know what? Maybe I'll just say fuck it and surprise everybody and drive up to Camp Zool for a day or two. I was all getting ready to check the hotels and see what it was, and then I pop the phone open and see that, and fuck, I
Yeah.
gotta buy some latex, so I have that shit.
Yeah, you gotta stock up. I mean, that's unfortunately that's important. You gotta keep running.
Yeah, that's like the main thing I need. I can't make shit without it, and I can't paint shit without it. So yeah, so that sucks. You know, there was a glimmer of hope there for a minute, but I tried. That's how it's been all year. Me thinking that yeah, I'll be able to make it, and then something comes up, and then a couple weeks or a month later, I'm just like, all right, maybe if I just do this, and no, so I think it's pretty much dead now. Or, you know, hey, maybe I'll show up under a mask, tee hee, but probably not.
Yeah, I keep thinking the same thing about going to Gross Fest. You know, I keep thinking, yeah, I can do it. I can do both shows and do both weekends, but man, something's bound to go wrong when I'm gone. You know, so
What do you mean the fridge fell on the water heater?
right. And now there's ants all over it.
Dude, those worms were fucking crazy. It looked like it was starting to snow.
Oh shit.
Because like a just you know a gentle breeze will just knock them all off the fucking trees and shit. They were fucking everywhere. So I just hit up to fucking the Home Depot and got some shit to spray them all, and now they're all fucking crippled, twitchy on the ground and shit. But there's a lot more. Yeah, it was crazy how many there were. But yeah, I did the old music thing today after last night's show that we did. So I was like, hey, anybody, you got some music I should listen to? Send it my way. And there was some all right stuff. I mean, there was some stuff that was good, just not for me.
Hmm.
You know, there was some other stuff I didn't get to check it all out. And then I thought, you know what? Why am I listening to all this when I should probably listen to super famous fun time guys since they're on the fucking record label? And I heard AXE. So come on, Tom. That's the logical answer. So I did. And I was listening to this shit, and then I fucking looked and saw what time it was, and it was about an hour later. So I guess I liked it because
Yeah,
I wasn't just going through and listening to clips like, "Oh, yeah,
yeah.
this is okay." Some
That
good stuff,
yeah.
some pretty cool shit, and sorry, I was cutting you off.
No, that's okay. I was just saying, yeah, that's always a good indicator if you're like, you know, you let the next song come on and then you let the next song come on because, you know, there's nothing that stops you and said, man, fuck this. And you turn it off, you know?
And it's good that they had it all on YouTube and music video forms, and, I let the ads play because you know that's what you do, kick them a couple pennies and all
Right.
that. But yeah, it was good. One of their songs was terrific. It was I don't know, what is it? I don't know, maybe Cry Later, if I remember. That was the track. Fucking terrific and an excellent music video. That song's already in the old music playlist. So yeah, that not often do I say, hey, this song was fucking terrific. But it was, Joe. It was. So yeah, if you never heard of them, go check it out. I could definitely see it not being for everybody, but a miserable fuck like myself, perfect.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I got, really. So those were the winners of today, and nobody even fucking mentioned them because they're all pieces of shit, I guess.
I guess maybe they figured you would already known, you know, because
When I said I don't listen to music, I fucking wasn't bullshitting. I don't even know how to spell music, Joe.
well, you watch movies, Tom. So
Well, you should have said, well, you don't really know how to spell
yeah, but
in
it
general.
sounds like you're having a rough time as it is. I don't want to put you down further, man.
No,
Uh,
that's all right.
but yeah, this is essentially a movie podcast type thing. So Should lead it.
Essentially, no. Now it's all just me and you talking, being friends. Charlie said last night's episode was the best ever. So that's what it's it. Now it's just a catering to Charlie podcast.
All right. All right. Uh,
So, Joe, you like Kiss?
the band
Yeah.
or like the song from Prince or uh
No, the band.
the band Kiss. No, I do not like them, Tom.
We better start liking them because Charlie loves them.
He does. Big fan of those guys. Mm,
They're wearing makeup. I don't know.
right. Yeah.
And one of them's wearing red makeup on his lips.
And high heels.
That's right, Joe. That's right. All right, let's get into some fucking movies. What did you watch there, Joe?
I watched Gorky Park, Tom. This is a movie from, I guess it's from the 80s. I don't know. It's based on a book titled Gorky Park. And, well, the movie's about this Russian cop. And they find bodies in the park. And somebody has skinned their face off, so they can't be identified. And they've cut off their fingerprints and all that, Didn't take out their teeth because, they didn't realize, hey, you can identify people from teeth. But that's not what they're doing with these people. What they do is they take them to this guy that reconstructs skeletons. Like skulls. He'll reconstruct their face from the skull, and so part of that is this guy doing his work, but mostly it's this investigation. This guy thinks that it's the KGB because the KGB has just been known to kill whoever the fuck they want. Hey, somebody said something bad about the government, let's kill them. Hey, these people are not paying their protection money, let's kill them. But it's not, Tom. Turns out old Lee Marvin is in town, and he's a wealthy American type guy, and he is there. I don't know why he's there. He's doing some business and shit. But it all comes down to sables, Tom. You know what a sable is?
Yes, she was a female valet in the WWF in the 90s. She had rock hard knockers.
Well, what they do is they make coats out of women like Sable. They're called sable coats, kind of like mink coats. And there's only one area that these sables come from, and so like these Russians have a monopoly on that shit. And really, that's what Lee Marvin is trying to do, is trying to smuggle sables out of the country so he can start making coats without the middleman.
Does he
Without.
hide them in his asshole?
No, I don't think he needs to. He's rich. He can get like boxes and shit, or get other people to hide them in their assholes. That's what mules are for.
Hey, migrants, you want work?
Yeah. And that is, I guess he was getting people to help him that were trying to get out of Russia, because they feel Russia is a bad place. They don't have pride for their homeland, the mother country, as foreigners tend to call their country. It's a good flick. I mean, I thought, I looked at the running time. I'd seen it before, and it was like 2 hours, man. And this was after we recorded last week, so it was already late. And I stayed up and watched the whole damn thing, so it kept my interest. The guy that plays the lead, I can't even fucking remember his name, his real life name, but he kind of sucks. He's trying to do an accent, but it doesn't sound Russian. It doesn't sound, I don't know, like he's some kind of defective robot, is what it sounds like. Just odd. Everybody else, Lee Marvin's always good. He's just he's kind of a dick, but he's keeping everything in check. So his insults are very classy, I guess you could say. When somebody insults you in a classy way, he does a lot of that. It's not for everybody. If you like mystery type movies, then yeah, definitely give this a watch. But otherwise, I don't know. I dug it. Fuck all of y'all that don't.
That's right. Well, Joe, after listening to all that music and stuff today, I said, oh, it's time to go back and watch a movie. So I've been listening to all this new music, or at least new to me. So I said, hey, let's watch a new movie.
Hmm.
I went to old Tubi. I went to the horror section and I just scrolled until the release date said 2024. Didn't even look at what the fuck the movie was. I was just looking for something that was released this year. I pressed play and it was a movie called Arctic Hollow. And it starts out with like some kind of unintelligible shit coming over like a CB radio or something, and it's just a guy maybe in a cabin with a fireplace eating bacon and eggs out of a skillet.
So hold on a second. So it sounds like maybe somebody trying to watch a podcast like that.
Yeah, or listen to one.
Yeah, yeah.
Or listen to one. Oh, this goes on for a while. The movie isn't long. I think it's like 70 minutes, but it felt like 870 minutes. So, I mean, maybe this scene was 7 minutes long. Maybe it just felt it. But I guess he goes in his plane to go save these people. Something might have came through that said, "Hey, we need help. We're here." Uh, but then his plane crashes and he wakes up in a bar, but it's like a worse bar than champagne and bullets. It's like a room with like a dry erase board that says like chicken strips, $9, beer, $3. And it's just this dude talking to a lady and a guy. It's the pilot, and he's trying to strike conversation with the lady, and she says, "Oh, don't worry, that's not my husband. It's a colleague." And then he wakes up and he's in the snow after the crash. He finds the people they were going to rescue, or he was going to rescue. Says, "Hey, I'm here to rescue you, but the plane's fucked. But don't worry, I'm sure someone will be here since the plane crashed and all." And they said, "Hey, this guy who you just met, his legs fucked. We found Alaska's asshole, and if you go through it, you can get to Middle Earth or Hollow Earth or some shit. But unfortunately, there's monsters or dinosaurs or something in there, and it got that girl you were talking to." And I was just like, wait, that wasn't a dream? Was that a dream? Did his plane crash and then he went to a restaurant? I don't know what the fuck was happening, mainly because this is the darkest movie I've ever seen. Once they go in that cave, there's no lights. The only light they have is just the little head flashlight that's on their helmets or whatever. Uh, and I mean, a lot of it's black. The whole time I was just like, I bet these motherfuckers just turned off all the lights in their house and boarded up the windows and shit and just shot this at night in their living room or something just because it's black. Nothing. The monsters, you kind of see like a snapping head puppet, like it's all like that really quick. You would hate it. You would hate how frantic the camera work is and with not being able to see anything. It's like a real poor man's The Descent. But he finds the lady in there. They fight off fucking the monsters or whatever. It could be two flip flops with foam teeth glued on it that they're just doing that with, because that's about how much you see of it. And then, they think they're getting out of the fucking tunnel, but oh, they're really in Hollow Earth now, and it's this magical utopian place with futuristic white pyramids, and oh, it just looks like so beautiful. Oh, and there's her dad who they were looking for because he thought that you can go to this place, and I just wanted to pick my fucking TV up and throw it through the goddamn wall. This movie was a piece of shit, Joe. At least I finally have one for a list now.
Best of 24.
Yeah, like it was low budget and shit. It looked okay for being how terrible it was, but that's when you could actually see what the fuck was going on, because literally at times I was just like, this is probably just shot in the bathroom of their house or something, with the fucking just like in a closet or some shit. Uh no. Like, good for you making a movie, getting it out there and all that shit, but you couldn't see anything. This is a fucking movie. You have to see things.
Yeah.
Like, I know some of my lighting was fucked up for sure, but it wasn't just pitch black fucking shit with idiots with flashlights on there. Oh, that's the point. It would be dark in the cave. You suck a dick, okay? It's a movie. If I wanted that, I would just go walk into a cave. What the fuck?
Sounds good.
You'll love it.
I probably will never watch it.
No, check it out. It's pretty good.
Well, Tom, I went over to the Texas Theater on Tuesday and did the old Tuesday night trash thing. Unfortunately for me and my shirt sales, there was not a lot of people there, but that's okay because I can go in and sit down and watch the movie. And I wasn't gonna watch it if I missed the beginning of it, because I like, to watch the whole thing, Tom. I don't want to be lost. But luckily, as soon as I sat down, like just the opening credits were going, and this is Dance or Die. Have you heard of this one?
No.
Okay, this guy's a dance instructor slash choreographer, and I guess that doesn't make a whole lot of money because he's got a roommate, and his roommate is a drug dealer. He's dealing coke, which, hey, people got to make a living. But the thing is, the dance instructor guy is he's a coke addict, so that's not good. Those two things don't mix, and he's doing what he can. He's going to meetings. He's working on this big show that he's got coming up, and his neighbor, his buddy, his throwing a barbecue one day, and some rival drug dealers go and shoot the place up, and like, oh shit, and they start to hassle the dance guy there. He wasn't involved in any of that, but they're looking for something. The guy's got some pictures or paperwork, some kind of file that the rival drug dealers want, and he doesn't even know what it is. He thought it was just the coke. He's trying to find like cocaine in the house, and like, well, find this cocaine, get rid of that, no more problems. But they're after something else, and the guy's freaking out. He's also trying to hook up with a lady, and that's not going too well. And then he does hook up with her, and he bangs her, and it turns out, hey, she's a DEA agent working undercover. She's been working him for a while. Now she's really working him, Tom. And
Good one, Joe.
there's cops involved, and the cops are like, kind of assholes to him. But he's an innocent, Tom. He doesn't know. He just wants to dance. It's stupid, but it's stupid funny. It's not as good as that other one you mentioned earlier. Fuck, I don't even remember the name of that either. But it's along those lines, where it's just so dumb and the acting is very fucking lame. Like, and it's made by people that think they're making a good movie, and what makes it funny, and I figure the best ones of this you couldn't even call it a genre. It was just at a time when people were making movies and they had maybe the equipment to make a movie. They had a big enough cast, they had a little bit of money, but didn't have any kind of the talent to do it, and the shit comes off as funny. This movie does have quite a few laughs. The scene where they bust in there and kill everybody at the barbecue is really really good. I cracked up on that shit. Uh, it's just a lot of lame shit that you could tell. Hey, they were trying. They were really trying to make a movie. But yeah, Dance or Die. I don't even know if this is out on DVD or Blu-ray or anything, but it's definitely something that people are picking up and putting out. Releasing. They're hunting for shit like this. And if you like those kind of flicks, yeah, definitely watch this one.
Well, you said this movie was about dancing. However, you didn't demonstrate any of these dances they were doing.
As the dancers, the dancing is actually decent in it. It's like, hey, they hired some fucking dancers.
Well, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different styles of dance out there, Joe. What dance was this?
And I guess this came out. I don't know when this came out, but it was a time when dancing got weird after Flashdance came out. Like some of these fucking dance productions, they were trying to be hip while still trying to. There's parts of it where they're dancing like fucking what's her name in Showgirls, doing the whole arms shit, the whole, yeah, like that. But you can tell these people, they know what they're doing. They've had dance instruction, like they probably do this for a living. So maybe that's where all their money went on this movie, just to pay these guys to come out for like 3 days and just shoot dance scenes from different angles and shit, and then different locations.
And how are they dancing in the movie?
Like we already did it. You can like just scroll back a little, pull your finger across, and yeah.
So would recommend?
Yeah, I'd give this a watch. Yeah, I'd recommend.
Well, Joe, I watched one I've been meaning to get to for years and years and years and years.
Star Wars?
Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Can you believe that fuck was his dad? Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. Then he cut his hand off. It was crazy. Fell down and shit. Even more shocking, though, they had a black dude in it. I was like, oh, how progressive. Terrific. Empire Strikes Back, 3 stars.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. JD's Revenge. So this one, it starts out in the 1940s, I think. And I guess at this time they'd be this kind of gangsters, see? And that shit. But it's just a flashback. And JD is getting set up for the murder of a dude's wife, who I think it's his sister. I can't fully remember because this was a week ago, you see, and that was a long, long time ago. But anyways, he's set up for a murder and ends up getting killed himself. But we'll get into that. So it's the 1970s now, and this dude and his girlfriend are going out to the club with another couple, and they're going to see a hypnotist. And he's picked to go on stage and get hypnotized. And he's hypnotized and shit, but I guess that causes him to get possessed by the dude who was killed. So then, he slowly morphs into this guy, JD, and he's oh, I'm just mild-mannered guy, I'm just trying to figure out my way in this crazy world and just make it through, and then all of a sudden he'll turn it, shut the fuck up, bitch, I'm gonna cut him, motherfucker. And that shit was hilarious. Just seeing him go from one extreme to the other. Like mild-mannered guy. Now he's some fucking dickhead looking like Lou Bega with a fucking like what are the, it's not a switchblade, like a straight razor. Like they would shave your shit up at the barber shop. It's terrific. And then he just fucking goes around being a pimp. It's kind of, I would say the portrayal is pretty close to how old C. Thomas Howell acted in Soul Man. I would say it's right up there with that. So one of the dudes he was, or I guess both of the dudes who were there when he died, one of them's a preacher now, and the guy who shot him is like the preacher's right hand man who runs the company, who kind of does the business, thinks all this is bullshit. But the preacher guy, he's like really reformed and into spirituality and all that shit now. It turns out, Joe, it turns out that the right hand, okay, so the preacher guy, that was his wife that died. I think it was JD's sister, not 100% sure. Anyways, it turns out that the right hand man had sex with the wife, knocked her up, and had a kid. And she was going to say, like, the wife was going to say that that wasn't the preacher's kid. So he came up with this scheme to kill him so he can get away with it, and there wouldn't be anybody to tell what's from what. And now this kid's grown up and all this shit's happening. Like this fucking guy's possessed, going around killing people and shit, and the cops are looking for him. He's like beating up and raping his girlfriend and shit. And at the end, the preacher just comes in, tells the cops, "Oh yeah, he was possessed. Oh, all right, get out of here." And they all live happily ever after. Yeah. The ending fell a little flat. There probably should have been something else besides, that nice clean ending like that. But it was pretty funny for sure. It was worth watching and giggling at.
So let me ask you, was the dude actually possessed or was he just a woman?
No, he was possessed.
Okay, because there's some women I've known to have kind of mood swings like that, that you described.
It's menopause.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah, it can cause osteoporosis, you see.
You got to drink milk.
Yeah, you do. Through their anals.
Uh,
Well, come on. I mean, that's what people do with drugs, so they hit harder. So if you want your milk to work better, you have to drink it through your asshole. That only makes sense.
Never thought of it that way, Tom, but I've never, tried to justify sticking things up my ass. But
Joe, go get a beer and do a handstand.
Like, yeah, you justified some things in your life. Crude Comics. No, I'm not gonna hit Crypticon KC this year. It falls on my birthday weekend, and I really don't want to be on the road this weekend. I do really well at that show. Always enjoy going, but not this year. Maybe next year I'll be back if they got their date changed. And they always seem to have their date changed.
I, however, will be there.
In spirits.
Yeah, just kidding. Oh, shit. Joe? Oh, it's you now. Sorry.
Yeah. Tom, I watched a made-for-TV miniseries. This was a 2-part thing, 1 hour each night. And it's from old Dan Curtis. Have you heard of him?
I think so.
Yeah, he produced a lot of shit. And I think maybe he produced like Black Christmas and Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. But anyway, he had done a miniseries, a Dracula miniseries. And he had old Jack Palance as Dracula. So I guess he liked old Jack Palance so much that he brought him back to star in The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Are you familiar with this Robert Louis Stevenson story, Tom?
Yeah, in old college, my one of my one piece makeups was a Dr. Jack or a Mr. Hyde makeup.
Hmm?
Didn't look like it.
Man, they've done variations of this story over and over again, and it's just not a very exciting story. It's about a professor, doctor type guy that develops a serum that unleashes our base nature, Tom. The thing that's inside us that's evil, because he wants to expose it and then maybe try to find a way to get rid of it so everybody can live in harmony and peace. And he does that and changes into Mr. Hyde. And the Mr. Hyde, he don't give a fuck. You know, all he wants to do is go out, pick up whores, fuck them, maybe beat them up a little, uh, start fights with people in local bars, and just be an all around asshole. The thing with the Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing and the story, what I remember of it, because it kind of sucks, the original short story, it doesn't really talk too much about a transformation, but all these movies from the first one, that old, I don't even know if that's the first one, but the old Frederick Marsh one, they all rely heavily on this transformation, how grotesque Mr. Hyde must look or whatever. Here it's like they tried to give him, like they tried to make a biopic of Robert Zadar, is what I would say what they did with the makeups. They made his nose a little more hooked. They drew his eyebrows like a little more curved and then gave him like kind of an extended fake jaw. It doesn't look bad, but it just looks weird. And
So maybe mine did look like it.
maybe I can't even remember, like the Frederick Marsh one, the 1920s or 30s one. He looks like a wolfman in that, and I can't remember a single other one that, I don't remember what Bernie Casey changed into in the blaxploitation one, what he looked like or whatever. Most of these movies are just not very memorable. I know, what's his name, Anthony Perkins, he was in one too, right? There's a shitload of them. Anyway, he does some funny shit when he's Mr. Hyde. Some of the insults he gives the whores is funny. There's one whore that he throws into one of those London rivers, that you're just walking on cobblestones and there just happens to be a river running by. London must be a weird fucking place, man. But yeah, he tosses a whore in that, and I got a kick out of that. I thought it was funny. That's everybody's dream, to toss a whore into a like dirty ass river. But other than that, it's kind of boring. Caught myself looking away quite a bit. Checking to see what's going on the old phone. Yeah, I don't recommend it. It could have been cut down to maybe 15 minutes. Instead of 2 hours. Yeah, don't recommend.
Sorry to hear that. Excuse me for a second. I got to resituate.
All right.
Oh, my arse is killing me. I need more pads. Oh, fucking hell. Joe. God damn it. Fuck. Sorry. Guys, don't look down. Sitting on my nutsack. All right, Joe. So you ever heard of this guy, Anthony Perkins?
I have heard of that guy. I think he was in
All right, he was He was a cross-dresser, I guess, Joe. Or maybe just played one on television.
Maybe.
That was a wink if you didn't hear it. So, this movie, The Destroyer, starring Anthony Perkins, is a movie. It starts out with this big roided up fucking jail watching like a Wheel of Fortune knockoff, and he's really into this show. It turns out, he killed the Vanna White of that show and raped and murdered like 23 or 24 other people. So he's getting sent to the electric chair, and they show the classic shot where they're like walking behind him, but this guy's so roided up, his hands barely go behind his back with the handcuffs. This dude is definitely one of those guys who can't scratch his own fucking back.
Is this Lyle Alzado? Okay.
I don't know. Does he look like a fucking big wop?
Got a beard and shit, curly kind of hair.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he's a former football player.
Ah, okay. Does he get kicked out for steroids?
Probably. I don't remember much about it, but I know he did The Destroyer. Yeah, maybe this is it. I don't know.
So yeah, he's sent to the electric chair and he's just not dying. So they give him all the juice in the place. They give him so much it blows all the power for the whole prison, and chaos ensues. You don't really see any of it, but they go to check and see if he's dead with all the lights out and shit and chaos happening and more chaos, and oh no, he's not dead. He's just choking and picking everybody up with one hand, and the executioner who flips the switch, they like have that classic executioner black mask on while they're doing it and shit. So he goes up to the executioner, picks him up by the neck, lifts him off the ground, takes the mask off, and it's a lady. And then she wakes up out of a dream, and now she works on movies or some stupid shit. Now it's like 13, 14 months later. The prison's decommissioned after the riot. So now they're making a women in prison movie there with Anthony Perkins directing. And, they go there and, oh my God, he's been living in the prison. So he kills people. And then they get him at the end. Typical slasher movie. Slasher's a roided up guy in the settings of prison. Yeah, checks all the boxes for everything you needed to be distributed back in the day. There's a couple scenes where they're filming like the women in prison stuff. That's kind of funny because it's like making fun of the shit and all that. But if you're not a slasher fan or like a big fan of women in prison movies, and don't bother. The cover art looks cool because it's like this big roided up fuck with a jackhammer with a fucking laser scope on it and a skull face.
Yeah, I think that is the Lyle Alzado movie.
Then that's him.
Yeah.
But that kill is in the movie. There isn't a laser scope on the jackhammer, and you don't really see a whole lot. You just see him like kind of pushing up to the eye, and the guy going, ooh, ooh, and then it coming through the wall, and nowhere near as cool as the cover would have you believe. But got me to watch it.
That's what a cover or poster is supposed to do. So yeah, it did its job.
It's all right. We're probably froze up.
All right.
It's terrific.
Hmm.
Fuck the internet.
Hey, Tom. Am I coming through? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. Are we good? It cut off for a minute. I don't know where it fucking stopped or ended. This whole
Yeah,
thing's fucking dumb.
I think it's good. Well, Well, Tom, I finally got around to watching The Litch. This is a movie I picked up maybe 6 years ago from James Balsamo of Acid Bath Pictures. He was set up next to me, I think, at Spooky Empire. Uh, yeah, it was so spooky, that Empire. Uh, you know, he was a nice enough guy. He said, ah, fuck it, I'll pick up one of your movies. And this is the one. And there was a time where a lot of people were making movies similar to this one, where they're at conventions and I guess they approach some of the people that are there signing autographs and say, hey, making a movie, would you be in it? I'll throw you however many bucks, you know, if we can just film a scene with you. And I guess they either write the scene right then and there, or they just say, just ad lib whatever the fuck, I'll feed you some lines, you know, because that's what a lot of this movie comes out off as. There's a lot of scenes like that. But it's not just convention peoples, you know, there's the band Morbid Angel is in one scene. So I guess he went backstage or something, you know, and did that with them. The Year Boy, the Amazing Jonathan, you know, there's a scene with him and that dude's wife at the time, you know, and yeah, very ad lib. The band Goat Whore is in it, which is a band I like a lot, you know. Um, but it's just a very, I don't know, thrown together movie. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, you know, that I guess you don't have the picture of. And maybe he just tried to fit all these scenes together and then made a narrative around it. It's about a guy that's a down and out loser. You would like it, Tom, because he burps and has this running joke about a burrito he ate. And, you know, so he'll burp throughout the movie. But he steals a crystal or something, but they don't show that scene. He just talks about it. And has released a demon entity called the Litch. And the Litch is just sucking souls, but not as cool as like Bubba Hotep does it, you know.
Why? Because he doesn't take it out of a man's ass?
Right, yeah. You know, there's no dedication to what he's doing, you know. He's not that hungry if he's not willing to do it that way.
You gotta be pretty fucking hungry.
Right.
Or prideful.
Well, this demon hasn't eaten in I don't know how long, so you would think, hey. But anyway, it's just scene after scene of, you know, intercut with that. Then they'll mention the Litch, and then the Litch comes and kills somebody. And the Litch cracks jokes, Tom. He's doing like you would like it because it's a crypt keeper kind of joke type thing, you know. But
let's hear one.
You know, the thing is, I couldn't hear them because, as with most independent films, the sound is really bad. You know, has weird music playing throughout, and that music is at the same sound level as the dialogue, so you really can't hear a lot of shit. You know, there's a lot of things you miss in this movie. Not that you'll be lost, because like I said, there's not really a whole lot of coherence to it. I did get a few laughs. There was a one lady playing the main character's ex-wife, and she was great. I mean, she stood out above everybody. She took the time to memorize her lines, probably practiced it a few times so her delivery would have been good, and she didn't belong in this. You know. Who else? There's a lot of nudity in it, and I guess that's what strung me along, kept me watching all the way to the end. The scene, you know, hey, oh, there's a woman in this scene. She's gonna take her top off at some point. And sure enough, you know, so like almost every woman in this gets topless at some point. He did pay porn star Sheila Marie to be in one scene, and she doesn't do anything but dance around topless. But you know, if you're into this kind of low budget comedy stuff that is referential or whatever, I don't know what you would say. Let's see, who's Infernion, Toxic Holocaust. I don't know. It's just a whole lot of cameos. And it said Tom Sizemore is in it too, but I must have blinked for that. And Elizabeth Daly, who is known commonly as E.G. Daly or Pee Wee Herman's girlfriend, she's got a small part in this. So I don't know. I mean, it's going in the box. If you see me at maybe the Houston Film Festival and want to buy some films, you can come to the Fast Custom Shirts table or the DWN Productions table, because we will each have boxes of Blu-rays or DVDs to sell, and the Litch will be one of them in my box.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of his movies in my day. He's hit me up throughout the years to make a mask and just fire it off to him. So I appreciate that for sure. But yeah, I always see him like posting pictures at conventions, like doing the thumbs up next to somebody. Oh, this guy's in my new movie now. It's like, all right. That's how you do it. That's how you get people to do it. And I mean, there was a time when you would say, oh, this person's in this movie, and that would get somebody to watch it. I don't know if that's still the thing, because after so many years of doing that, if people might have caught on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And there's so many people that do it, but
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Not just him, but everybody who does it.
But I'll say this for James is like, he didn't like make this and then sit on it for years and years just promoting the same movie. He's continuously making another one. Hopefully they've improved. I don't know, but he's still doing it. He's getting after it, not just, he moves from one project to the next, and that's the only way I think you'll get better at anything. So hopefully, and I respect that for somebody that just keeps going.
So you're a Polonia Brothers fan?
No. But again, I respect them for like continuously did it, or the one guy that does, right?
Yeah. The one guy. Hey, Joe, you like movies?
Sometimes, Tom.
I'm so fucking pissed at this internet, dude. You can't even understand. And it's fucked, because it's not even like, oh, I'm paying so much more for this shit. What the fuck? I'm either paying like $5 more or less.
Did you do this on your laptop last night?
Yeah. I know. It's fucking crazy. Like a couple minutes ago, I was just like, I'm going to see if my phone is connected to the Wi-Fi. That's why you see me look down and shit went off. So it was, and I turned it off. But still, I got like the next level internet that they said, oh no, you'll be fine with this one. So I went one higher for even better and faster speeds. And it said, oh, you can run so much stuff on this at once.
I would say do it on your phone next time, because your laptop maybe is outdated as mine,
We can try it. However, the audio definitely suffers. Like, I'm an ugly fuck. The picture is what it is. I don't give a shit, but I definitely notice the audio is a lot less if I use the phone. Which, I mean, we can try it for sure, see how it goes. I mean, we might as well just to see, but
that beats video, because that fucks up the audio too,
That's right, Joe. Yeah, so I guess we'll try that next time. And no, I shouldn't fucking have to. I'm just going to burn the goddamn world down. That's what I'm going to do, Joe. That's what I'm going to do. We'll figure it out. Or we won't. And we'll soldier on to what's going to be another fantastic movie review, Joe. I can feel it. It's so fantastic, I have to look down to remember what I watched. What the fuck does that say? Oh, okay, I got two more. Please just be two more. Joe, I saw the hit motion picture effects It's that movie that all George Romero's casting crew made without him. You ever heard about this one? You ever seen this one?
No, I haven't heard of this at all.
All right, so the movie's about people making a movie. And the director's a kind of weird cokehead guy who you have your suspicions about from the beginning. And he's played by John Harrington. I think that's the guy's name. I think he was like a writer or no, a cinematographer for like Creep Show and shit. I think he directed Tales from the Dark Side. And then what's his nuts? The pissed off fucking army guy from Day of the Dead. I'm running this monkey farm now. Like
Blotto.
yeah, there you go. Joe Pilato, Joe Blotto. And he's playing the special effects dude. He's like the new guy in the crew who's brought in. And then Tom Savini's there. He's like one of the director's friends who's like just gonna be a part in the movie, just like a bit part or whatever. And they're making this movie, and one day after shooting, the director and a couple of his buddies are sitting around drinking, doing blow. And old fucking Joe comes down. He's just hanging out, kind of a square, straight laced guy. And they get him to do blow and drink. And then they're talking about movies. And Joe's saying, oh, yeah, they're just not made with passion or some bullshit, blah, 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 blah. And the director's like, can I show you something? Can I show you a real movie? And of course, he pulls out a fucking snuff film. And then the guy's like, whoa, whoa, I'm not into this shit. So he tries to play it off. What if I told you I made it? And it was all special effects. Well, then I would tell you, you should have hired that special effects guy instead of me. Well, I couldn't because he died in a motorcycle accident. So the next day, Tom Savini and some other fuck take Joe Pilato to go scout a fucking location in the woods or get ready for them there. Oh, and it turns out they're gonna hunt him, and they have cameras set up because they're making another snuff movie. And he runs back to the house. The actress who was there, who was kind of getting like romantically involved with not in real life, but like not in the movie. Like in the movie, like his character and their character, they were getting romantic in this movie, but not in the movie that they're making. So, he's just like, this shit's crazy, blah, 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 blah. And then she runs out with him. Something fucking happens, and she's like, this wasn't part of the script. This wasn't part of the script. And she's all fucking traumatized. Oh, because Joe Pilato shot one of the guys who was after him. I think he shot Tom Savini and killed him. And then she was like, oh, what? This wasn't part of it. This wasn't part of it. And then they drive away in the car, and the car blows up. So that was like a twist that, oh, they were going to get her too. And the director's there sitting there watching the fiery car like, it's predictable. It sucks. It's really just, hey, look at these people do fucking cocaine. Isn't that cool? That's terrific. And it's just kind of clumsy, and you know there's a good idea there. It just wasn't really executed too well. They probably should have asked George Romero for help.
Well, Tom, hunting man can be pretty dangerous.
Some would say it's the most dangerous.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
It's not they weren't really like hunting him because they thought he thought he was just oh, I got this job as a special effects guy, but they were really all making a snuff film where he was going to be the guy who gets killed.
so you think with that title, they got a lot to live up to? Do they live up to that?
Not really. I think they do the old fucking straight razor with a tube behind it to make it look like somebody's getting cut. But that's more like, hey, this is how we're gonna do the effect in the movie. Tee, and you don't really like. I think a gunshot or two, and I mean that looks good because Savini did it, but you don't see all these wild ass effects and all that shit. It's just called effects because he's the effects guy.
I'm surprised still that I've
It's
never heard of it. You know,
yeah,
especially
like years and years and years I said I was gonna watch it and just got around to it. So
yeah.
yeah, it's just none of the characters are likable. They're all just fucking dickheads sitting around doing blow. Blow's always been fucking lame to me. I don't know. It's just one of those prejudices I have in life. Because as a child, Nancy Reagan told me that they would kidnap babies, cut them open, take all the organs out, and shove them full of cocaine. And that's how cocaine would come into America because of those dirty Mexicans, you see. Because of those dirty Mexicans.
A lot of bad hombres out there. And yeah, she's an astrologer, so you know, it wasn't bullshit.
Fucking bitch.
Hmm.
Oh, just say no, Joe. Dare to just say no. Fucking assholes.
That's all I watched, huh?
Oh, fuck. Well, I got one more, unfortunately. Nothing super awesome this week, Joe. Fight for Your Life. Have you heard of it?
I own a copy.
Oh, do you? Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I think it was Blue Underground that might have put this out. So yeah, I
That's
got
correct.
the DVD from that. Never felt the need to upgrade.
So again, I watch this on the old Tubi now. Internet connects good out in the shop. I don't
Hmm.
know why there's so much problems on this fucking thing, but yeah, Fight for Your Life. This is a 70s exploitation movie. Maybe it's a black exploitation movie. I guess you can kind of call it that. Starts out with three prisoners getting transported where I don't know, but they're in the prison transport van. There's a white dude, a fucking Asian guy, and a Mexican dude, and a car cuts in front of the transport van. They stop. It's a big hullabaloo. They go and check on the prisoners to see if they're all right or whatever. They overpower them, take their guns, shoot one of the guards. There's a fucking pimp there arguing with a prostitute. He's in his car. They take his car, drive, make him strip down to his fucking underwear, leaves him out in the road, and then they fucking drive off. And then we see this black family. They're going about their daily lives. Preacher, his wife, daughter, teenage, maybe late teenage, child, son, 10, 12, maybe. I don't know. And a mother or a mother-in-law that's in a wheelchair. So they have a son that went to war and died, and he had a white wife or a white girlfriend. The mom's not too into that shit, but the dad's like, it is what it is. She's always welcomed here, blah 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 blah. That'll come into play later. Uh I guess she's not a teenage daughter. I guess she has to be over 21 because the next scene she's in a liquor store buying shit, and these guys walk in because they want some booze and they're gonna rob the place. So they rob the place, kill the guy. They fucking, I was for sure there's a scene, or in that scene, there's a real ugly ass baby crying in it. And the white guy pulls out a gun, and I'm just like, oh my God, they're really gonna shoot the fucking baby in this movie. Cause it's like all tense and they're holding on it and shit. I was like, dude, I'm gonna look away. I can't see this. Even if it's just like you hear the gunshot and it's just like blood against the wall or something. I'd be like, oh fuck, it was an ugly ass baby, but god damn. But they don't. The guy just kill the fucking guy, kidnap the lady, and they make her bring her to her house. And that's where the family's waiting. So they just hold up there waiting for night to fall so they could steal the family's car and drive away into the night. And a whole lot of racist shit is said because that white guy thinks he's so tough with his gun and he's just talking all kinds of shit. I usually laugh at people just saying wild and ridiculous shit just because it's wild and ridiculous. And that's crazy. How are you saying this shit? But after a while, it was just like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude, what the fuck? And rape and murder happens in the in between, and then the family, they get their comeuppance, and it's nowhere near as good as it should have been. I mean, like, they fuck with them a little bit, but like it should have been like, yeah, fucking get them type shit. But it wasn't, and you really needed that fucking awesome payoff. Like, it was tense. There was like some shit that was just like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen? Like, I was into the movie and everything, but this might be the most racist shit I've ever fucking seen. And that ending not just being like fucking, yeah, you got him and all that shit. Like, the main white guy just gets his neck blown out. It looks okay, but probably should have done more. But it is what it is. It's worth a watch. There's just some shit that was like, fuck. But it's worth checking out.
Yeah, the guy that plays the main white dude, he's great, and he's good in everything you see him in. He's usually a bit player. There was a few years where he was on like the Bob Newhart show, and he was like the main reason to watch it because whenever he came out, hilarity would ensue. Tom, that studio audience would just go crazy. Uh, he's in Blade Runner. He's just in something here and there. He just pops up, But and this is the biggest thing I've ever seen him in, and fuck, he went all out. you know,
Sure did, Joe.
something else, and yeah, that's some of the shit that's said. It's funny, but then it gets to be, hey, this is a lot. This has been going on for quite a while. um, yeah, I remember liking it enough.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it was good. I liked it. It was tense and all that kind of shit, but I don't think I'd watch it again.
Oh yeah, you. Um,
I don't think so. Like, maybe if that payoff was like fucking awesome, but it just wasn't in a movie
I
like this.
I think this is one you're gonna keep hidden in a drawer. You're gonna take it out, and stroke it to every once in a while.
Well, you do have my copy of Cruising, so I don't know
Thank you.
what that says about you. Yeah. But yeah, it's worth checking out. It's just, it's not as good as it could have been because you just need a fucking awesome payoff. There has to be, like, they have to get their fucking comeuppance. Like, you see the or the fucking somebody pull the guy's nutsack out and the grandma fucking runs it over with her wheelchair or some shit. Like, they had to torture these motherfuckers and do something, but not a whole lot, really. Like, at the end, they're fucking with the cops and shit. like making it believe that people who are holding them hostage are still in charge when the family's in control now, just so they can fuck them up and shit a little bit more. But then they don't even stab them with hot pokers or anything. I mean, one guy gets shot in the dick, but that's not like they just shot him in the dick to laugh. He was trying to get away, and that just happened to go. That just happened to be where the bullet went. So I mean, you needed just something to fucking yeah, that's it, yeah. But that never fucking happened, and it should have. It really should have. Fucking pricks. Very racist. Say that again.
Who directed this one?
Oh, I don't know. Probably some white guy.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking of Larry Cohen, but no, it's not one of his. But,
definitely not.
I'm probably only thinking that because Blue Underground was putting out all the Larry Cohen stuff for a long time.
Yeah. That no, Blue Underground is what's his nuts Maniac's fucking label, right?
Lustig.
Yeah. Ah, shit, Joe. I'm gonna let you talk for a while.
Fuck, I don't know about what, you know.
The hit motion picture, The Long Riders,
All right, so
and its famed director.
We are on our second film of Walter Hill, and this is The Long Riders from 1980. You know, a new decade started. And what do you do with a new decade? You go into an old genre, the Western. There'd not been a hit Western for a long time. And old Stacy and James Keach, you know, they were pretty hot at the time. They said, hey, we want to make a Western, but we both want to be in it. We want to be brothers. We want to play the Jameses. You know, they approached Walter Hill and he said, yeah, let's do that. Let's get more brothers to play the real life brothers. I don't know that the Youngers were part of the Jesse James gang. I don't know too much about the history of all these outlaws, but you got the Carradines playing the Youngers. You got old Dave Carradine. You know, you got what's his name? What's the Robert Carradine, the guy from Revenge of the Nerds and shit. Keith Carradine, who is probably the most underrated of the Carradines. You also got the Quaids, Randy and what's the other one? Orton Quaid, Dennis Quaid,
Billy Quaid.
Yeah, and then you got Christopher and Nicholas Guest, who were not big stars. I guess they just came from money. And let's get the Guest brothers. I mean, they would go on and direct some cool shit later on, some funny shit. But no, this is a Western, and it's set in Reconstruction era. Civil War had just ended. It takes place in Missouri, Tom. And with Reconstruction, the government was like, hey, you got to do this, you know, and it's like, hey, we're taking away your farm because you were part of the South Army, you know, you fought for the South, fuck you, we're taking this. So a lot of people were upset at the time. It was not a good time, but also fuck the South. And, you know, the Jameses and the Youngers and all them, they decided, you know what, we'll just rob shit for a living. You know, we'll rob banks. We'll rob trains. We'll rob stagecoaches. Whatever comes our way, we're going to rob it. We're going to take that money and just try to live a good, nice, normal life. You know, have a farm, you know, in between robberies, maybe get married, you know, raise the family, this and that. But you can only rob so long, you know, before they send somebody after you. And what they did with the big outlaws at the time was they would send the Pinkertons after you, and the Pinkertons, you know, they weren't even cops. They were just fucking hired thugs, really. You know, it's like, hey, cops can't get this guy. Why don't you go in there and fucking kill him? You know, or not kill him, arrest them. Maybe they'll die on the way, or whatever. And so, yeah, they send the Pinkertons after them. So it's the Long Riders versus the Pinkertons for a while, and then more bank robberies, and then shit just doesn't go right. The banks wise up and they get better safes and shit. They have people ready to shoot them up if they come down or whatever.
Yeah, not just the banks, but the whole town's
Oh,
in on it.
yeah, yeah. I dig this movie. I think the performances are good. Everybody has one moment where they shine. There's times where fucking James Keach, who I'm not a big fan of, where he gets like fucking mean, and he's just got this look like, hey, this motherfucker means business. And Stacy Keach, he's like the more reasonable one, and you can, you know, like he's trying to calm shit down. Randy Quaid is really good in this. Dennis Quaid, he's playing a bit of a pussy and a dumbass, and he's good. Keith Carradine, but David Carradine is great as Cole Younger, and he's got this relationship with Belle Starr, and she's a whore. He tells her that throughout the movie that she's a whore. And you got James Remar playing shit. What was that guy's real life name? Sam Starr. An engine at the time, and they have a knife fight, which is kind of ridiculous because they're holding like a scarf in their mouth while they knife fight. But shit, I think this movie's good. I think the characterization's great. There's a lot of action. I don't know about making horses jump through windows. That's kind of shitty, but it looked pretty cool,
And that one horse had to have gotten fucked up.
Yeah, even
like it flips over on its fucking neck and shit.
Yeah, there's stunts where like, hey, it's not enough that you're gonna fall off the horse. We're gonna have you tied up in the reins, and it's gonna drag you for a while too. Stuntman's, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Crazy shit, but yeah, I like it. I know you have a different opinion.
Yeah, I don't like westerns. I don't give a fuck at all. Like all the old-timey shit just puts me off. The whole time I was thinking, they sure do have nice white teeth. Everybody in this movie has, the brightest, whitest teeth I've ever fucking seen.
Well, there was less sugar at the time, Tom. They weren't drinking soda all the time. They didn't fucking pop open a Faygo every 5 minutes. They didn't reach for a goddamn O. Henry bar or whatever. Teeth.
Yeah, but somebody on set could have reached for a couple coffee grounds, said, "Hey, swish this in your mouth for a little bit," just so it'd look a little fucked up. They had the money; they could have done that. Yeah, if you like westerns, I'm sure it was fine. The squib effects were cool. Like there were a couple cool squibs. The guy with the big shard of glass sticking out of him, that was pretty cool. But other than that, I didn't give a fuck. Their fruity little knife fight with their fucking scarf bite and shit. It was just like, all right, stabbed him in the fucking leg. Sweet. Yeah, I usually like Randy Quaid in this. I mean, he was fine, but nothing really. Oh yeah, good for him. Star Whackers or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I was just waiting for it to be over. This was definitely one where I hit the up arrow a few times to see how much time was left.
So yeah, so Tom and I give this the highest recommendation. It is one of my favorite Walter Hill movies, and it's my favorite, well, definitely at the top of my list. If you go back and listen to our list of favorite Westerns in episode 163, you'll see this one was either at 1 or 2. Yeah, I dig it. You will too. And I think I'll pick some Western movies next time I make my choice, depending on what Tom does. Once we're done with Walter Hill, then I might just fucking as a fuck you, because I know he's gonna fuck me for next time.
So I was thinking long and hard, not really long, but I thought about it because I just found the shit, but there's a trilogy of movies. It's like some Dutch or Finnish fucking kids family movie called Dummy the Mummy. And the kid finds a magical mummy.
Well, before that, we got to finish the third of the Walter. And hopefully Tom just picks something that's 3 movies and doesn't go for like a fucking whole Gamera series or whatever.
I already have something picked out. We're not doing Dummy the Mummy. We're getting back to basics, Joe.
I kind of want to make a Dummy the Mummy shirt now. That just
I
sounds.
mean, we can watch them if you want to fucking watch them. We'll just say fuck it.
I don't know. But next, we're gonna finish off Walter Hill with Southern Comfort. It is on several streaming services. So yeah.
Joe, I can't wait. It has Powers Booth in it, you know.
It's got Keith Carradine once again. T.K. Carter is in it. Who else? Let's see. Fred Ward. Yeah. Old Fred Ward.
You know what's fucked up? We talked about this fucking movie and didn't once mention fucking old David Carradine choke jerking to death. Besides Kill Bill, that's the only thing I fucking know him from.
Nah, Kung Fu the series. He did
I
that.
don't know that shit.
Yeah. Lone Wolf McQuade. Yeah, and a lot of shit. He was acted continuously, like Circle of Iron, all kinds of shit, man.
Yeah, I'm saying shit that I know him from. Kill Bill and whacking off to death. That's it.
Cyber Bounty, maybe.
Oh, and he endorsed this fucking like noodle thing where you like exercise with it and just do shit like that. He has like a whole instructional video on how to play with this fucking noodle thing.
Yeah,
It's
he did
exercise equipment.
Tai Chi. He had some Tai Chi video instructions.
Mm-mm-mm.
He's a big fucking star.
Yeah. Hey, Joe. You a Frank Miller fan?
He was at Fan Expo here in Dallas this weekend, Tom, and not just promoting his probably overpriced autograph, but he had a documentary come out over the weekend titled Frank Miller, American Genius.
Is this actually out for people to watch?
It was one of the Fathom events, kind of like Dio.
Gotcha. So not yet.
Right. Yeah.
I probably would have went and saw that if I fucking knew about it. Great publicity, guys.
Okay, before that though, Marvel Team Up number 98. Black Widow's a special guest, and they fight the Owl, and it sucks. And Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 48. It finishes up this whole Belladonna new Prowler storyline. And at one point, Peter Parker calls old Aunt May. He wants to go visit her again, but hey, she's out whoring around with some guy in a wheelchair, Tom. She got tired of fucking waiting on Peter and just gonna start living again. But then, yeah, we get to what is this, annual number 14?
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you this.
Hmm?
You like Doctor Strange?
Sometimes, there's been some good runs on Doctor Strange, but does he do shit in this issue? I don't remember him doing a fucking thing, but getting captured like a bitch.
Well, let me ask you this, Joe. You like Doctor Doom?
I do like Doctor Doom, Tom.
Let me ask you this, Joe.
Hmm?
Do you like Dr. Spider-Man?
Sometimes.
How about this time?
Yeah, actually this time. Okay. This story is written by Denny O'Neil, and it's got art by the American genius himself, Frank Miller. Helping up with that is Tom Palmer, who is one of the best inkers ever in comics, and he can make anybody look good. Yeah,
That's Arnold's brother, right?
yes, yeah, they make tea, or lemonade. Excuse me, lemonade.
Or both together.
Right? Yeah.
If you want to get crazy.
That is. Who thinks of that? Like, with a little Henry bar, you know.
That's fucking. I'm a big Laverne and Shirley fan, so I just fucking pour a bunch of milk into my pop and then drink it through my ass.
All right, Doctor Doom is meddling with science and sorcery, and has this little short fat dude doing the work for him, and he sends him to Dormammu's dimension, and they come up with a plot to what are they fucking trying to do?
Joe, this was a few days ago when I read this.
Well, anyway, they capture Doctor Strange. The little guy makes a robot in Dormammu's dimension. He comes back and he's trying to do some ritual, turns humans into like zombie type things, and they're just walking around. There's this bar. Part of it takes place in CBGB's because Denny O'Neil had recently went there and watched a band named, what the fuck were they called?
The Who.
Yeah, The Who. So The Who guest stars in this, and they have a quarter-page ad or a third-page ad in the book too, which is, I don't know, it's weird. But
you know who else shows up in this book in an ad? This is the only thing I remember about this issue. Space Ghost.
Yes, yeah, because there was ads for the cartoons. The new season of cartoons was going to come out, and I think you get
NBC, I think.
Yeah, and they had like the Fonz in space. You know, old Plastic Man had his. More Adventures of Scooby and Scrappy Doo. You know, yeah.
All the Hanna-Barbera classics.
This story is okay. It's carried along heavily by the art. Frank Miller, in some panels, he's doing Steve Ditko, the way Steve Ditko drew Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange's dimensions and shit. But a lot of it looks good. And, you know, making fun of Frank Miller because of what he turned into later. You know, he did some amazing shit. And this is just a preview of what he would go on to do and do a little better. Maybe his shit would have looked this great all the time if he'd have had Tom Palmer with him. And there's some panels that look really good. Aerial shots, action shots with Spider-Man's jumping around. And I know this is an annual, but they should be doing this shit every fucking month in the regular book, you know, because it hasn't looked ever, I don't think, this good in the regular book, right?
No, like I do remember the art looking good and taking note of the cover, like how that was drawn, because a lot of it is just like lines. Like Doctor Doom, he's a lot of the fucking cover, and like a lot of it is just lines, just like hatching lines and shit. So I was just like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I remember like the inside art, I was just like, yeah, this is better than it usually is. But now just saying that, it's just like, maybe I just thought that because I knew it was Frank Miller.
No, there's definitely, he's doing shit that nobody did in the regular book before. You know, there's a page where he just has long panels going down, and like he breaks the panel just a little bit, and it just adds to the effect. You know, it leads you into the next panel, but you're gonna go there anyway. But it's just like an easier transition. He was doing some shit that nobody else on the Spider-Man book was doing at the time. It's 1980, and there's there's already good artists at Marvel. You know, you had Jim Starlin doing shit. You had John Byrne doing shit. Gene Colan was probably doing some of his best shit on Dracula. But yeah, this is a time when Marvel really transitions and quits doing like a house style. Like everybody's got to draw like Kirby or everybody's got to draw like Ramita. And it's weird to say that because there's a lot of, like I said, instances where Kirby is drawing like Ditko, but the way Ditko drew on Doctor Strange, which was much better than what he did on Spider-Man. Yeah, I dug it. You know, I think I have this one somewhere.
Yeah, I mean it was better than a lot of the other ones, but I don't know. Just thinking about it now, I'm just like, maybe it was just because I knew it was Frank Miller. It's not like this was an amazing issue or anything, but maybe this is like, like you were saying, the first time that, they did something different with Spider-Man, but they broke away from the house style a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe McFarlane shouldn't get all the credit. Maybe, just maybe, Frank Miller is an American genius, Joe.
We'll see once we watch that documentary, Tom.
We will if we live long enough.
Hope not. Hey,
well, hold on. Before we get into the list, hey, everybody, this could be the last list. So if you don't come up with a top 5 list for next week, probably won't have one next week. So everybody listening live, hit that comments with a top 5 list. You got not long if you want to save it.
yeah,
Joe?
we're still listening. Yeah, just please give us some suggestions. I think we've covered everything there is in the whole world to possibly cover. But this week, Tom said favorite foods utilizing chicken. Okay. And this could have been a 5-way tie for number one. So, in no particular order, I'll start with fried chicken. Damn, do I love some fried chicken, Tom. Just fry that shit up. Dip it in grease. Bubbles all up. Ooh, it's a golden brown crust.
You ever heard Peach's song Fried Chicken?
No. Peaches the rapper?
Yeah, let's call him that.
Okay.
I'll send you a link there, Joe. Or maybe I'll post it somewhere.
JR, there's got to be something that there's at least 5 of them.
Okay. What did he put?
Top 5 sleeping bag kits.
Yeah, I can name 3, and 2 of them are Jason. So, I mean, I know there's 3 of them, but yeah. Fuck. I gotta hold it up because I can't see. My number 5, Joe, is shredded chicken tacos. It could be a burrito too. That's fine, but shredded chicken isn't as good as ground beef or street taco meat if you're making a taco, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Well, Tom, at number 4, this is not this isn't even a salad, but I love a good chicken salad sandwich. You know, mix it in with all that other shit, the celery, the fucking whatever you put in chicken salad. But I like a good chicken salad sandwich.
We get any lists coming in here? Kyle says the best X-Men movies. Do you have any of them you like?
Well, since most of them are made by pedophiles, it's not shit I even want to talk about.
All right. JR says top 5 non-shark related animal based movie monsters. It's very specific. And then Kyle hit us back again with our top 5 mutants.
That's not a bad one. I don't think we've done that.
All right, we'll write that down because it's dark in here and remember it. So when I ask you in a couple minutes what's next week's list is.
Yeah. Hey, keep at us, because not just past this week. I mean, we're not going to have shit for the week after that. We're tired of thinking of lists.
Yeah, the new gimmick is going to be, hey, you're listening live, terrific. You get to pick the list for next week. Thanks for sticking around or showing up for the last 5 minutes. Just to keep the top 5 list going so we just fucking hate it and get more angry every week. Truth be told, I mean, I'm sure we said it before. Joe and I do not care for the top 5 list, but for some reason, people actually reach out and say, "Oh no, we like it. You should keep it." And that's the only reason we're still doing this shit.
Fucking with us. They're just trying to torture us.
I think so, Joe. Sharks are lame. Top 5 shirt designs from Joe's site. I was actually gonna pick that today, but Joe just like, oh come on, I don't want to. Yeah, but you can head over to fastcustomshirts.com, get a Precious shirt, get a Human Tornado shirt, get a Savage Street shirt, get a DWM Production shirt, and a BOYGOB shirt. There's your list. Bonus list.
I got that one written down too.
Joe, number 4 is fettuccine alfredo with chicken and preferably broccoli as well. And if you really want to do it up, fuck it. Throw some old tomatoes in there too.
I don't think I've ever had it with tomatoes.
It adds a different flavor to it.
Okay.
And here's just a thing for the fettuccine people out there. Cook it, like make your sauce first, heat it up or whatever, and then let it sit a few hours. Let it cool down, throw it in the thing, maybe even throw it, overnight in the fucking fridge and use it the next day. I don't know what the fuck it is about fettuccine shit, but it's always better after you cook it, let it sit, and then use it afterwards. Don't know what the fuck it is, but if you want a tip from a WAP, that's it.
At number 3, I've got chicken enchiladas. Shit's not as good as beef, but chicken on its own is not as good as beef. Better for you, maybe, but, if the beef enchiladas suck at a place, I'll try their chicken.
What kind of enchiladas you like there? What kind of sauce are you slapping on those hoes?
I guess on chicken, man, it depends, That's also a thing. It's like you got to find the right place. Some places the green sauce is badass. Other, places there's like a cream sauce. It all fucking depends. I think the cream sauce better on like seafood enchiladas, but yeah.
Joe, my number 3 is chicken enchiladas, or whatever the fuck you said. Preferably tomatillo sauce, because that shit's fucking delicious, Joe. Chicken enchiladas.
Well, I mean, Tom, if you ever took the time to actually taste your food, you would really enjoy the fucking tomatillo sauce. Because, man, you got to watch Tom eat sometimes. It's just fucking gone. Hump, hump, like great fucking humanity. It was like, taste that shit.
Yeah, he's not lying. We'll see. Maybe I'll try that shit.
Yeah, right. And then go to town on it.
I'm just trying to choke to death, dog. Make it look like an accident.
I may not make it through this meal. I better finish.
I'm trying to fool God. What do you mean, unforgivable sin? I didn't kill myself. I choked to death eating enchiladas.
At number 2, hot wings. Fucking, like the wings, man. Uh, that shit's great. I don't even know if that's a chicken. You know, that might be like a booster or a game hen or something. But goddamn, they call it chicken. Chicken wings. Shit's good.
What kind of chicken wings do you like? What kind of sauce are you throwing on there, Joe?
That bullshit like Hawaiian or fucking barbecue. I want fucking hot wings.
Buffalo wings?
Buffalo style
Okay.
from Buffalo, New York.
Did you ever do a little buffalo lemon pepper combo?
No, I
Shit's
don't
delicious.
have like an allergy if it's like that fake lemon pepper shit.
Gotcha. And you're a ranch guy, so no blue cheese for you, huh?
Fuck no, chunky ass bullshit.
All right then. Oh, Joe, my number 2 is buffalo wings, preferably with blue cheese. And once in a while, I'll get them with lemon pepper and buffalo sauce on it, you see. Luckily, I don't have an allergy to fake fucking shit. Except fake people, because their bullshit makes me sick.
Oh, ranch is the fucking best, JR. Can use that shit on anything. At number 1, chicken tortilla soup. God damn, is that shit. If it's made properly. Some places they just make a fucking just a soupy ass bullshit. But if it's done right, it's all fucking thick, almost like a chili. God damn, that shit's awesome.
To remind you of the homeland.
The mother country.
Hell yeah, I'm sure your family in Mexico makes some good chicken soup. Oh, it's a terrific story. It always makes me laugh.
Just so you know, they don't even have chickens in Mexico.
You know what they do have? A lot of cocks.
Drugs? Lots of drugs?
And fucking dead babies with their chests split open, ready to be fucking packaged up.
Whores,
Horrors, Joe. They're called horrors.
Mr. Hyde style.
My number 1, your favorite and mine, chicken parm. How could it not be, Joe? You like fried chicken. You're going to tell me you don't like some fried chicken with some mozzarella and some marinara on there? A little bit of noodles.
I was thinking, that fucking stupid tomato sauce they use on it. God, marinara sauce sucks. And I think that's what I don't like about that meal. It's like, get some marinara sauce for our bread. Get some marinara sauce for our calamari. Fuck, that stuff sucks, man.
Well, maybe you got to get some good marinara sauce. Unfortunately, you living in Texas and all, you're not going to find the best Italian restaurants. You might find okay Italian restaurants, but Rose is pretty good.
Got an Olive Garden down the street, Tom.
No, can't argue with that. Garfield loves it. And he hates Mondays,
Oh, he loves that lasagna.
So, Joe, let's see if we got any more lists in the comments, and then you'll make your decision, I guess. We got the top 5 episodes of this show.
Where'd you
see? And that was the last one. That was the last new one there, Joe.
Yeah, I don't want to go through and listen to old episodes, JR, but I...
Well, I'm sure you can remember like a segment or something, right? Favorite memories of the show. Best favorite movies. Movies we discovered because of the podcast that we liked. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like shit we wouldn't have watched unless it was for the podcast.
But I think for right now, for next week, we'll top 5 mammaries.
Is that what we're doing?
No, we're gonna go top 5
mutants.
Yeah, I guess our favorite mutant.
All right.
Maybe follow that up the next week with the shittiest mutants. I don't know.
Hey, we'll see. It'll be my fucking choice. No, sure. It won't. It'll be your choice. So join us every week where you can pick this fucking idiotic shit. Oh, yeah. We got through it. The fucking internet problem still happening is fucking enraging. I'm not gonna lie about that shit. Yeah, I don't know. Well, next week I don't really want to try on the phone because the audio is like fucked up a lot more. I don't know how your audio sounds pretty fucking good on your phone, and mine sounds like bullshit.
But join us next week when Tom has a new laptop that he's gonna.
Fuck no, dude. I can't do shit, dude. I spent $900 on latex, dog.
Top 5 topless scenes. Have we done nude scenes? I don't know. I'm sure we have. I mean,
I don't think so. I think you were staying away from things like that because you didn't want people to know about you being a sex criminal and all. You know, because of the whacking off in public and all. I get it, man. Sometimes you just gotta come so you can get on with your day.
Well, JR, we already went through the Andy Sedaris movies, so there's probably a lot of them in there.
Oh, fuck. All right. Wait, I think we did that. I said Jake fucking got the one with top 5 cheeses. But I think we might have actually done that one.
Yeah, we did. We did do a cheeses. Yeah, so yeah, this is why we're at, guys, because the well's dry. You know, we don't know what the fuck. Tom rattled off 2 or 3 before we did the show for tonight's list, and say, "Hey, we've done that. We've done that." Yeah.
I picked. Hey, our favorite holes. Oh, Joe, we already did that one. I guess we can't make a man's ass joke to the other one again. Top 5 wells. Number 1, the one little Timmys keep falling down. The well that eats children. That's the fucking movie we should make. We can make that shit in a weekend. All we gotta do is build a little shitty well and hook some tubes up into it that we can just throw children in and then just shoot geysers of blood out of it.
You'll be invited. Order that says you can't be around children. You can't.
Oh, fuck. God damn you, the United States justice system. I always forget about that shit because it's what I dream about. Oh, well, this was fucking terrific. So, you got anything else there, Joe?
No, just want to remind everybody, head on over to dwmproductions.net. Take a look at all the stuff Tom has to offer. And if you need something custom made, hit him up. Maybe he can help you out.
And fastcustomshirts.com, hundreds and hundreds of t-shirt designs, all reasonably priced. New designs going up every week. And if you want some custom work, that is also extremely reasonably priced. So check that out too. Shit, there was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. Oh, yes. Yes. If you liked whatever the fuck this is and you have a dim-witted friend, you're listening to this, you don't have friends. But if you do and you know a fucking idiot that might like to listen to whatever this is, let them know. We would love to have 33 listeners. Isn't that right, Joe?
Hey, that's the magic number.
All right, and somehow we're about to leave and there's fucking more people in the fucking chat that has been here all night, but you should have showed up sooner, motherfucker. Boy gob.